Now let's talk about taking a print off the printer. First, we start by removing the build plate, and every single time the build plate is taken out, as soon as you're done, make sure this cover is closed, so that way no outside contaminants get in the resin, or even worse, on the laser cover. We're going to use a previously printed part to demonstrate our point. We'll say that it was printed just like that right there. We'll use this piece here, our jig, to hold our build plate in place. And now that everything's in place, we have the spatula piece. We'll use this to just snap our part right off the build plate. Once that's done, we'll put the build plate right back in the printer. The only time you'll ever need to wipe the build plate itself is if you're changing resin types. So let's say you go from a print in a white resin, then you want to print in clear. That's the only time you really need to wipe it down. Now that our print has been taken off the build plate, we have these two alcohol tanks. And what we need to do is place our print in this little strainer here, and we're going to swish it up and down for about 30 seconds. And in doing this, we're just activating the alcohol, cutting through the resin, taking all the excess stuff off. And it's going to sit in this tank for about 10 minutes. Once that 10-minute timer's up, we're going to take it, flip it over to this tank, and then do the same thing over here. Now let's say your print is already finished and is ready to be cut. We'll take our print and our snippers, and we'll just clip right at the points until we can take this whole thing off. Once our print's finished, and we've clipped all of our base off and our supports, and it's dry, we're going to take it and put it in the UV box. There's a paper in the back of the lab that'll say just how long each piece, based on the resin type, has to sit in the UV box to cure. Now once you're finished working with the resin printers, all of your prints are in the UV box, everything's been taken care of, you really want to make sure you clean down the space. The resin itself can be quite sticky and can be hard to clean after time. So you want to take an industrial cloth, or in some cases you want to use a microfiber cloth that we'll have in the back, dip it in some of the alcohol, make sure there's not too much, and just start wiping down all the places that look really gross, greasy, sticky, whatever it takes just to make your area cleaner than you started using it. And of course, you want to clean the plate that you actually have your prints on. All of that resin and alcohol can certainly leave a residue and make it difficult for the next person to be able to use. And then once everything's taken care of, you're all done.